Welcome to From Creeping to Preaching. I'm your host, Renee R. White, a proud native Washingtonian, born, raised, and still live here in the heart of D.C. I spent many years of my life in this incredible city, and it's not just my home. It's where my story began and where my passion for uplifting my community, especially the youth. This podcast is a space where we can have real, raw conversations about life, faith, and purpose, all rooted in the experience of someone who has walked these very streets and understands the struggle and the beauty of life in D.C. This is Season 2. Hello, listeners. Episode 1. The tide is changing. A new chapter in my journey. It's a new chapter. I want to take a moment to share with you all how I tried to begin to change my life, how I started selling to a version of life that felt peaceful, even enjoyable, but deep down, something was still pulling me back home. For the first time in a long time, I was enjoying the simple things, many trips with my son, creating memories that felt light and free. I found a friend. She lived like in the next building beside me. Someone I could share my problems with. We laugh, we enjoy spending time with each other. Our kids played with each other. And those were moments where I felt alive and finally moving into a different direction. That the real weight that was wearing me down, my struggle or my regrets, while I was around them, I didn't have to worry about that. But guess what? They built a subway out there. Yes, it was. It was a green line. I caught that subway from Kirkwood to work, and it felt like an adventure. It was a new rhythm in my daily life, and I actually looked forward to catching the subway. I was seeing things differently, appreciating the independence, the small joys in my routine. But no matter how much I tried to embrace this new change, something inside of me kept whispering, DC is calling. I missed it. The streets, the food, the energy, the familiarity of home. But more than that, I missed the part of me that felt whole. Even in the moments of peace, I couldn't shake the worry. Would he have a job tomorrow? Would the rent get paid? There was the constant worries and the weight of other women. The pressure never seemed to go away. It was like I was holding back something or holding on to something, women, that holding on to something that really didn't belong to you. And you knew it. Okay. But here's what I want you to understand. When the tide begins to change, it's not always obvious at first. Sometimes it's a gentle shift, a nudge, a whisper in your spirit, reminding you that where you are is not where you're supposed to be, and it's not where you're supposed to stay. And when you start feeling it, you need to make a move. The tide was changing, and I had to decide whether to fight against it or to carry me to where I needed to go. Remember, y'all, this podcast is a podcast where it's a space for everyone can come together and share their life experiences. How you feel. I like to hear your story. Tell your story of your things that you've overcome or things that you may be currently going through. Behind all the words that I talk about here on this podcast, it's a book that I wrote first prior to the podcast. It's called From Creeping to Preaching. Inside that book, it tells about my journeys, my triumphs, my struggles, and things that I've overcome. It's my testimony. The changing lessons behind every story, me walking through every path. I like for you to walk through with me, turning page by page. Let's keep this conversation going. I'm excited to hear how you can peel back your layers and embrace your moments of how the tide is changing. Also, make sure you visit my website at creepingandpreaching.com for more updates, merch, resources, and information about upcoming episodes. I'd like to thank my producer, McKinley, with Moving Emotion by Matt. See you next week.